Hi friends, welcome to the Unit 4 Day 3 notes. Now we're going to be jumping into graphing logarithmic functions with transformations. So first off, 15, if your notes don't have this changed, go ahead and change it. We want to do the negative. So this is -1 times, or the opposite of, log base 5 of x. So it says give the parent function transformation t-chart. So just to showcase what that looks like. So we start with our original kind of t-chart that we made, where we have 1 over b, so base is 5, so this is going to be 1/5, that's 1, and then that's 5. So then essentially now what's happening, that's our original, this is our original one. So if we look at, we're going to have negative, so this is negative times this result here, so it's opposite, -1 times that. So what's really happening here is this is going to be, in our transformed t-chart, x is not going to be modified, but it's going to be opposite of whatever y is. So my x value isn't changing, so this is just 1/5, 1, 5, but this is opposite of what our y is. So this is 1, 0, and -1. So that's kind of the difference between the two. And then to graph it like normal. So 1/5 is 0.2. So then I have 0.2 and then 1, so that's going to be here. And then here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here like this. So we had just a reflection. Oh, I did that wrong. I did that backwards. I'm sorry. Oh no, I did that right. Whew, I was looking at this one. My goodness. So this is our final one that we graph. There we go. Yep, there we go. And then connecting like this. Like that. There we go. And then it says name the domain and range. So one thing to note is that your domain in this can change if you had some sort of transformation of your x value. So if this is modified, your domain is going to be modified. It's not for this one, so it's still 0, not inclusive to infinity. Your range for these won't change. It's always going to be all real numbers. You're not going to have a different range for these values. The asymptote changes because it depends upon the domain. Your asymptote is directly correlated to what your domain is, because it's whatever that x value is here, that's that x value here for your domain. Those are very closely related. To showcase how we went from this to this, what I am looking for is essentially to showcase that you're taking this y value times -1. So that's where that -1y comes into play. On 16, here's one where we actually are getting a transformation left and right. So here we have our original. And what I'm going to do is, instead of dividing it into 2 t-charts, we're just going to make 1 t-chart. But I'm going to leave some space here. And I'm going to use 2 different colored pins to kind of showcase this. My base on this one is 3, so that's, one thing you always want to note first is what's your base. So base 3. This always starts -1, 0, and 1. So my base here is going to be 1, what is that, 1/3, and then 1, and then 3. This +2 tells you how you're going to modify your x value here as well. So if you think about, like, what does the +2 mean? Does the +2 mean you go left 2? Does it mean you go right 2? If I add 2 to my x values here for each of these, oh, I said I was going to use a different color to showcase that. I'm sorry. So +2, +2, +2, because each of those are each of that part's being modified by that +2. So my x value is x plus 2. You can kind of see what's happening here. X plus 2, and then x plus 2 correlates. And so then my final my final one. So this is the one that, again, we're going to graph. So I put graph above that. 1/3 plus 2. So this is where, again, I'm going to go ahead and do decimals. It's easier to graph knowing that. So this is going to be 2.3 repeating, comma -1. Let's see, 3, 0, and then, what is that? 5, 1. Okay. Be careful. This is where a lot of students make mistakes on graphing. Oh my goodness, my hair is standing up. Sorry. A lot of students make mistakes on graphing with this. Here's why. If I go to 2.3, 1, 2, 2.3, comma -1, down here, that's here. Be very careful. The asymptote for this got shifted to the right 2. I can't cross this asymptote. This asymptote here is at x equals 2. I can't cross that. Be super careful that you don't cross that. That's where a lot of students will make mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So here, again, what I have, I don't want to cross the asymptote. And there we go. Like that. And then domain, remember, domain is directly correlated with your asymptote. Now instead of 0, 2 to infinity, sorry, I just got notified that I had a full drive, so I had to delete some of my recordings. So sorry for the jump cut. 2 to infinity. My range is still going to be all real numbers from -infinity to infinity. That doesn't change. So with this idea, you notice that in here, I have log base 3 of x plus 2. So the x plus 2 is in parentheses. That means it's modifying that x value. 17 is different. Now that plus 2 is outside the parentheses. This means something different. So this is modified not with the x values, but with the y values instead. So setting it up exactly the same. So again, large table, y, -1, 0, and 1. My base is 4, so this is going to be 1/4. That's always 1, and then this is 4. Now with this case, now what's modified isn't the x's, now it's our y values that are modified. So this is the y value is going to be plus 2. So this is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So then again, my final graph is 1/4, 1, 4. -1 plus 2 is 1, 2, and then 3. So then, is that right? -1 plus 2. Yeah, okay. Had a moment there. So then 1/4, 1 is going to be here. And then 1, 2 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 is here. So everything got shifted. And if you think about it, that plus 2, that normally shifts the graph up. This shifts the graph up 2 units. So my x values didn't change. I didn't shift left or right. I just shifted up in this case. So my domain is still 0 to infinity because I didn't have an x transformation, a shift left or right. My range is from -infinity to infinity. And my asymptote here is still x equals 0. Remember, your asymptote and your domain are correlated. They are related with one another. Then the last graphing one that we have is this one here. So this one, we're going to have a value where we're translating both x and y. Transforming both x and y. So again, got a little space here for my t-chart. -1, 0, and 1. Definitely don't need to go that far down. There we go. So my base is 3, so that's 1/3. 1, and 3. So my x value is +2, and my y value is +1. +2, +2, +2, +1, +1, +1. And so then for my final graph, my x and y chart, so that's going to be 2.3 repeating, just like we did earlier, 3 and 5, -1 + 1 is 0, 1, and then 2. So it just gets shifted up that way. So 2.3, it's about here, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, here. Again, want to make sure that I don't go past that asymptote. And there we go. There's that one. Domain is from 2 to infinity, remember, because of our asymptote. And then range, so all real numbers, are from -infinity to infinity. And then the asymptote is at x = 2. All right, join me in the next video as we go over example 4, finding the domain of the logarithmic functions. Have a great day.